Pot. I raise pot. I want to play big pots. All right, we're playing a big one right here. It's sort of happened. I got the aces. Hey, Nikki Schulman. Definitely the worst table in the room. She was in jail for 5 years.
5 years. Daniel's a good tipper, so I let him live.
Okay, cool. Nespresso is small. This one is a big drink. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Back in action.
Do it all now, top corner light. All in, lit the fire when you doubt it, now I'm all in. Put me with the best, bring the stars in. Undefeated mode, no falling.
All right, well. Good morning. The puppies are up, doing their business. How about that? See me outside. How about that?
Catch me outside. How about that?
That chick made, I don't know, Amanda was telling me that chick made millions. Anyway, here we are. We're in the hammock. We got our big old bottle of water. We did good. We did better. We slept till 9 a.m. Okay, it's the first time we've done that in quite a while. It's what we need to do. We got a 12 p.m. or 12, yeah, is it p.m.? Yeah, it's 12 p.m. start in the 5K PLO. Oh, Apollo really doing his business. He's doing the number 2 right now. I'm watching, but I'm not going to pan over. You've seen enough of his poop. He poops a lot. Rocky, he's more, he has to find the right spot. Circle, go here, go there. Apollo, wherever, boom, dump, big old dump. There you go. Good job. Okay, so we got the 5K PLO start on time. That is the plan. I packed the bag last night. We watched the end of Handmaid's Tale. If you watch that show, it's crazy. It's a bonkers show. It makes your skin crawl at times. And they just finished the final season. But I will say this, and this happens with a lot of shows. The last episode, disappointing. Sometimes it's so difficult to wrap up a really good show. In the last episode, nothing happened. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye. Like, I don't know. You need an hour to say goodbye to people? It was a little much. Anyway, we both agreed, Amanda. All right, so like I said, a little after 9 a.m., gonna drink this, sit out here for about 20-30, and then jump in a shower, grab a little brekkie, play a little chess, and then head to the Paris break room. See you there. All right, I did tell you I hate the system, but I'm gonna keep playing it because I want to learn it. The Collie system, it's like an open where it doesn't really matter so much what your opponents do. You're setting up with this bishop over here with the ultimate idea of getting this bishop over here after they castle, opening that up, because this bishop's gonna be hidden here. This knight is gonna cover it, and then we're gonna move it over. But it's like a slow open, but then all of a sudden it just go, But see, the thing is, at my level, people just don't, and I gotta block this because I don't want his knight to go here and attack my bishop. So I'm gonna put that there first. But eventually it's all these moves. This knight's gonna go here, then I'm gonna castle, then I'm gonna move my rook in the middle. But they never oblige. So I don't even know how to play when it's broken and people don't do what they're supposed to do, in theory. I don't know. It's kind of like I'm like Kessler complaining because people didn't play their hand right. Am I supposed to take here? This is where I don't know. Am I supposed to just push up? No. Am I supposed to just play? I think I'm just supposed to just play. Just let him take, whatever. And then I'll just move that guy up. Oh, but then whatever. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna win. Okay, this is why I hate the system. I do dumb stuff like this. I didn't take, I let him just freaking double attack me. This is so stupid, it's unbelievable. I'm way better than this, I promise, okay? But, oh my God, this is so bad. Now he's gonna take my knight. This is just terrible. I'm gonna come back, watch. All right, I got the shower brewing over there. Today's underwear day 1. We won't exactly be going all in. We might, but we're betting pot. But we're going with the all in underwear. That's a lot of money. I've seen the UFC fighters wearing these. The D-Negs all in. Contenders Clothing. Use Kid Poker 20. Get 20% off, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, these are fun. All right, this right here is my mini man's closet. Stanley Cup champs, Golden Knights, and then we got Poker's War, all the poker stuff over here. Got waters and my vitamins and things like that over here. Some creatine. In here, this is my contenders drawer. All the contenders tea. Well, not all. I got these and then some underneath. Today we're going with a new one we got. It's this Christmas. Worlds will collide. Balboa versus Drago. Thursday, December 25th, 1985. Okay, hopefully this one fits because I'm a little chunkier than normal. Okay, good news. I'm not too chunky, right? Let's see from the side view. Pinch an inch. Yep. We're okay. All right, we're about to get going. And for these guys, Amanda thought of it because she looked it up, and a lot of people love this Bluey deal. So this is my YouTube up here. I'm gonna put Bluey on for like hours, and it's just like this. And apparently dogs love it. I don't know. I think Apollo likes it more. You guys love your little Bluey, huh? Something to keep you entertained while Daddy leaves and goes make some dog biscuit money. Right, bud? Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're so cute, aren't you? I'm gonna say bye to him too. Huh, buddy? You're cute too. You're cute too. You're not as fat as you used to be. You lost a good amount of weight. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this little piece. It's gonna get in your face. Okay, oh, look at you. Yeah, you can't take it, right? I give him 5 seconds of love. You're like, nope, nope, me first, me first. All right, boys, have a great day, okay? Yeah. All right, sneakers for the day. I love these, and if you're an old school Nintendo video game player, you'll know what I'm talking about, all right? There's like 30 bucks. I found them online. I love them. Let's go. All right, before we go, we're gonna raid the wine fridge. Just a few little things, just in case, right? Here you go. Okay, let's get a couple. Well, you know the Pinots, I usually go. Well, let's just take a couple of these. You know, a couple small ones. Right, let's take a couple other, what is this we got here? Ooh, wow, that's kind of nice. Double Camus, little minis. Let's do that. A couple of these. And then, oh, we got Faust. But you know what, let's take a big bottle just in case of, let's go with a good one, should we? For those, like for like a good night, you know? Bring that one. Okay, we good to go for now. All right, people. I am genuinely freaked out right now. First driving video, okay? This makes no sense. I have my glasses for the backyard, you know? You've seen those, little green ones. I have my dog walking glasses, okay? And I have my car glasses, which I just had the other day. And I can't find them anywhere. This makes no sense. So what does a rational person normally do in this case? Well, first thing to do is, without looking too hard, blame Patty. You know, even though she hasn't been in this car, and there's no possible way it's her fault. Next, you passively aggressively ask Amanda, like, hey, you happen to know where you put my sunglasses? Or something like that. She hates it. Oh, it drives her nuts. I don't do that very often anymore, but I used to do it too much, probably. Anyway, no idea where they are, so we're going sans shades right now. On our way to the Paris, we have an 11:35 a.m. Let's talk about today's event. Dun, dun, dun. We've got $5,000 buy-in, pot limit Omaha with 2 rebuys available. So if you've been following whatever, you know, my tweets, PLOs, my jam, I've won a few of them, you know, in the last year, you know, I've done really well. I've always gone really deep in these things, and it feels like a game that was literally designed to say, well, what is Daniel Negreanu's best strengths? Okay, what's a game we can create that benefits him more than any other? Oh, pot limit Omaha? Cool. Why? Because it's all about post-flop play, right? Pre-flop play, obviously there's some general guidelines and things that, you know, you need to be doing or should be doing, but it's not that big a deal, okay? It matters, but it's not that big a deal because the hand equities run so close. How you play post-flop is what matters most, okay? The other thing, and I've like I said, I've said it before, but you know, Josh Ari, I think he's very, very good at this game, and we're good friends, and you know, we've talked a lot PLO, and he's helped me a lot, just, you know, cleaning up some slopping. What I will say is this: when it comes to PLO terms, especially with rebuys, right? Because the hand equities run so close, when you're on the bubble, the last thing you want to be is a short stack. When you are a short stack, you're wearing handcuffs. You're a little pansy. You've got no hope. You're just meek. You can't play. You just sit there, right? However, when you got a big stack, pot, 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 pot. I raise pot, pot, pot. You know, you get to do that. So so when you're on the bubble, this isn't a game. PLO is not a game of all the games that you want to be the guy who's like trying to survive. Just, you know, hang in there, right? Because when you play that way, what ends up happening is you're going to end up staying short. So conversely, what's the goal? I want to play big pots. okay? I don't mind flipping for the stack, because you know what? I want this big stack on the bubble so that I can, you know, have future game equity where I start to like really, you know, pounce on people. So I'm not looking to like, you know, like in many tournaments, you have that mindset, just stay alive, just stay alive. Well, the truth is you're going to bust most tournaments anyway, right? Almost all of them. So why not go for it and put yourself in contention by playing some bigger pots? So how do you play bigger pots in PLO? Well, the good news is this. You open with, let's say, Queen 10, 9, 7. Okay, you raise. Guy pots it. All right, well, he probably has aces, you know it. So what? So what? You're getting 2-to-1 odds, okay? Because he's potted it to see the flop. And like, say, like the stack to pot ratio is about 1 or something like that. You flop a pair, you flop anything, you get it in. You're 50-50. A lot of time, you're favorite, even against aces. Like in the 50K that I won last year, I had like bottom pair against aces or whatever, but I had a straight draw or whatever, and I'm a favorite. Decent. So, so those are the kind of spots, you know, you kind of dream of, really, because it's, especially when, you know, the 3-betting ranges usually contain ace, 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 king, 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 queen, queen, ace, stuff like that. Like, those are usually the 3-bet type ranges. So, on most flops, you can play close to perfectly because you know, like, very clearly where that range is. Very rarely, people are not really 3-betting for pot 10, 8, 7, 6, unless it's early, okay? So early on in the tournament, that makes sense because you're deeper and you can do a lot more dancing. You know, dancing. Because, like, say you're 250 big blinds deep, which we're going to be. Guy raised, I 3-bet him with 6, 7, 8, 10. He 4-bets. Okay, who cares? What, do you think I'm afraid, buddy? Getting 2-to-1 with 10, 7, 8, 6 in position against your obvious ace, ace? Let's freaking go. On our way. PLO. It's my jam. Boom ski. All right, this is a first. I'm in the break room. They got me a full-length mirror. How cool. I can check out how sexy I am. All right, snacks. We got the GG patches. We're going to throw one of those on there. Got all kinds of snacks over here. Snacks. Then we got the mezcla bars. I don't know. Is there a promo code? If there is, put it up there on the screen. You tell me. I forget. It's been a bit. But these are good flavors. Look at that. Look at the packaging. I like the packaging right now. All right, we got a whole bunch of snacks. I also got this here. We got the Keurig, but we also got an espresso machine because you know, I've upped my taste in coffee and I like a nice Nespresso. Here we go. Over here, chia seed lemon. I got to bring some stuff upstairs. Fridge is barely packed, but we got some Gatorade Zeros up there, nitro cold brews, little breakfasty things that'll go upstairs. Got a freezer too with some frozen meals that I can eat. Some bread. I'm starting to freeze the bread. It makes more sense. You know what I mean? Make some sandwiches. The whole shebang. All right, so we got weird day one vibes because the sunglasses thing, whatever. Then last night I packed the bag, packed the knapsack, blah blah blah, the whole deal, and left it in the elevator. So we don't have that. So I'm gonna have to send poor Patty after she brings me some no butcher's lunch to go to the house and retrieve that. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you. I was talking about it, the WSOP Plus app. This is sick. This is a game changer, like I told you. No lines. I'm gonna flip this to my phone. I'm gonna show you right now how we register. So easy for the 5K PLO. Tick tock tock, bing bam boom. Seat card, no lines, no paper. Let me show you. All right, so you open up the app on your phone, and then you click World Series of Poker, and then you're gonna see all the tournaments over here. What are we looking for? The 5K Pot Limit Omaha starts in 13 minutes. Okay, gives you all the information or whatever. Okay, we're just gonna click on register. Nice and easy. Ticket purchase, tournament buy-in, purchase ticket. Okay, boom. Let's use this. I acknowledge the terms. Complete purchase. Are you sure you want to complete the purchase? Confirm. Okay, a couple buttons here and there. Okay, watch now. Boom. Register now. Easy. Done. That's it. I'm in. Okay, so now when I'm ready to sit in, I can scratch this card like a scratch and sniff. And then we're going to go sit in. Okay, do you really want to sit in? I really want to sit in. It tells you. It warns you. Okay, you can now open your seat draw. Hold on, what the hell happened to the... Okay, how do I do that? Okay, there's a thing here where you can... Oh, I got the seat assignment right here. It just popped up as a notification. But I think you're supposed to be able to scratch and sniff, and I don't know what I did wrong, but... Okay, buy-in, hold on. My seat, buy-in. Ooh, what's that? I don't know. QR code. Okay. Anyway, we know where we're sitting, but so for some reason that's not... Usually it's a scratch and sniffy thingy, but that's it. I'm seated. I'm ready to play. Okay, so it opened up, and now I can see a little bit more. I'm going to show you. So now, when you open it up, right now you see who's registered at your table. This can't possibly be. This is insane. That's me over here. You can click on a player. Let's see, who's this guy over here that was going to be at our 5K PLO table? What? Our fantasy horse, Nicky P, at the same 5K PLO table. All right, well, let's get him today, kid. And the rest will fill out, and you'll get to see it in here within the app. You can look at players registered. You got like a story over here. All the things. Oh, I'm going to post a little story. Tell people the vlog's here. All right. See you in a minute. Well, Nick, this is it, buddy. Day one. You've already got a cash, don't you? 2 cashes already. This is my $1 superstar player. I didn't even know you were this good at PLO that you're playing a 5K.
I played 10K championship.
Did you really? Okay, well, we're going to see how good you are because I'm on your left. All right. All right, good luck. I got Noah over here. What's up, champ? How we doing? All the people. Thank you. Yeah.
Now I have to wake up.
No, you're fine. You're good. I'm excited for you. You know, I took you because I had a feeling. I said, you got good energy right now. Positive. I could tell it meant a lot to him too. I watched your video on Twitter and I could tell, you know.
Cool, like show like my mother figure, like hey, like the best, the most known player of all time. I'm cool with him, and he drafted me. And I've been feeling crappy lately, so it made me feel nice. I didn't know we were gonna on the table, and I actually like made myself look sharp for the first time.
He did. He looking good. The Sopranos T-shirt.
I don't know if you call that sharp, but
Well, we'll see.
Better than usual. Better than usual. Daniel's in
All right,
trouble.
we're playing a big one right here. It's sort of happened. I got the aces before. He's got the rapidy. He's got it all. I got hearts. Okay, what do we got? 4-9 doesn't make a straight.
Not like this,
No.
Daniel.
Well,
Not
you got
like
it.
this.
You got a straight. He's got a straight.
Not like
Okay.
this.
All right, fair fight. He raised,
Whatever
he
happened to
3-bet.
Whatever
I
happened to
4-bet,
too many outs?
and then on the
thought
flop,
it was straight here,
this
straight here.
is kind of what I was talking about earlier in the vlog. I don't mind, you know. He had a hand, I would have done probably not that, but
Okay, how much
similar.
you have?
Probably not that. Okay.
That's the flop.
30.
That's the flop we're looking for.
35, 40, 41, 41,
We were looking for a
41.9.
flop. That was it.
41-9.
41.9.
Okay. So we left with little crumbs.
Good.
Okay. It's all good.
would have done probably not
Interesting
bad.
turn card. Probably not with the 3-bet pre-flop. I wouldn't have done. But other than that, you did fine. There. He thought I was gonna bust him, but instead, you got me. All right, he's gonna take the rest of them. I think I have Ace, King, 6, 8, and this time you got the aces and the 5s. All right, let's see. You might get them all. There we go. Off to a flop. I got an 8. That's a good start. 3 8s. Back in business. Pay that man his money. What's that, Ted? 335, $4,100. Back in business,
All right,
barely.
now I'll knock you out.
What was that? You just said, Nikki? He said,
I need to make more money so I get an assistant
or a girlfriend.
or a girlfriend.
Okay. We got a little no butcher. I'll show you. Patty just brought it. We went with a cold cut deal today. What is it? What is limp? What is the limp? 3? Okay, I'll go ahead and limp. All right, we got the no butcher sandwich. Let me pry this guy open. See what we got here today. I'm not going to show you my cards because you don't want to do that. What we got? Ooh, look at that. That looks yummy. And would you eat that?
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. All right.
It's not a meat, right?
No, it's a fake one. Fakey. Here we go. No butcher.
I can't get a good
you're-
handle.
Yeah.
This is like near my house.
It's good. It's
when
good.
you're older and you care less about health, are you just gonna go like?
No, I don't. I'm good. I never care less about health. The older you get, the more you care. Okay, let's see if I'm gonna win this pot. I got 1,200. Yeah. What do we got?
2-pair.
Me too. The worst 2-pair. Okay. Oh, and I have the straight draw though. 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. Okay. You got me right. I'm gonna finish my sandwich
No,
and then
not
we'll see
like
you.
this.
What are you
Not
gonna
like
do?
this, Danny
9s
boy.
and 4s. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nope, you got full house.
Yeah, he got me. It's okay. He got a full house. Yep.
You got a full house.
No, run it twice.
It's fine, it's fine. You doubled, everything's good. I'm gonna finish the sandwich. We'll be right back. Okay, sandwich devoured. We got, you know what? We haven't done one yet. We're gonna do an actual hand breakdown because it's kind of an interesting spot. It was the only really one that I had. The other was the aces was whatever. And we'll talk about those in just a moment in the steam room. Okay, our first hand breakdown of the series. Oh, am I in good spot? Whatever. It's about the poker here, not about the spot. Okay. Let's go with this first hand. We started 4-handed at our table, 8-handed tournament, but you know it was early on. So, everyone's got 50,000. Blinds are 100, 200. So the cutoff pots it to 7. Nicky P on the button, he makes the call. Yours truly in the small blind has 9, 10 jack, all hearts, with the queen of spades. Okay, it's a very, very strong starting hand. The 9, 10 jack queen, 9, 10 jack queen, very strong. The 3 hearts not great, right? But not the end of the world. Also, you're not going to not play the hand because you have 3 hearts in your hand. Although you'd rather have 2. The big blind also calls. So now there is a decent pot out there. The flop is 9-8-3 spade club. So I've got top pair and a good wrap. But with the spades out there, you kind of want to proceed a little on the cautious side, especially this deep. I check, it checks around. Turn card's a 9 of diamonds. So now I have 3 9s with the 10 jack queen kicker. So not 3 9s with the queen kicker. Even if someone has 9-8 or whatever, I still have 9 outs against that. I bet 1,300. Now, big blind folds. The original raiser calls. Nicky folds. River is the king of spades. Not a great card. Okay? I check. My opponent, who's a good player, makes it bets 4,800. So now I have to go over the scenario. I do have the queen of spades blocker. How relevant is that blocker in this situation? Not all that relevant, because I think for that size, he's really not even repping, he's certainly not repping a queen high flush. If he's repping a flush, it's going to be ace high. Now the question is, stop calling me. The question is, in this spot, I know this guy's capable of bluffing. What's the hands that he turns into bluffs here, right? That hand is probably going to be exclusively aces with the ace of spades. He certainly might check the flop with aces and the ace of spades. But what I really think with my hand is, I'm not calling here, by the way. So my thinking is, if I think he might have a flush, I can check raise, turn this into a bluff now, right? I check the river hoping for the check back and he just has aces or something like that. Or like a 9 with, 9, 10 jack, something like that. But as played, once I check and he bets 4,800, I'm really not thinking about calling too much here. Although calling is one possibility, because like I said, there are bluffs he can have, which are turning aces into a bluff, which I'm not so sure how often that's going to happen. But then I say, you know what? He could have king 9 too, right? He could have king 9. He can also have king king. So do I really want to check raise bluff this spot? I decide not to. I let it go. Not sure if it was a good fold. Then as you saw, the hand with the aces was just pretty standard, even though, stack depths was different. The blinds were 200, 300. First player opened for 1,100. Then the button 3-bet with the 4, 5, 7, 8, 3 clubs in his hand to 3,000, which isn't really a thing, but it's fine, whatever. I make a pot from the small with 10-4. In this kind of situation I was saying before, I don't mind being the other guy, but it is what it is. And then he calls, and then flop. So now there's 20-something thousand out there, and flop is deuce 5, 6 with 1 heart. I got the 4, I have ace 4, and the 9 blocker, which helps against 7, 8, right? I bet 8,000, he puts it in. I'm like, all right, we're not folding now with that much money out there. He had a good hand on that flop, turned it straight. We didn't river the heart. So back to square one. I'm going to take a little moment here and then just regather and jump in. There's plenty of time here, no rush. All right, should be the end of break time. I actually decided, I took a nice little 15 minutes, 20 minutes snooze because they were going on break anyway. They're off break. I made myself an espresso. I had a little struggle. It was the first one with getting the damn thing to work. And I think I made 5 of them. And I think that's what I have here. I don't know. We'll see, because an espresso is small. This one is a big drink, but it's okay. I can use it. Let's go. Okay, bullet number 2. Here we go. All right, we are going to start this World Series off right. Bullet 1 didn't go so well, but you know why? Because we didn't have rotation in there. Hey, look who it is. We're going to start with a good old-fashioned rub. She was in jail for 5 years.
5 years. They let me out to
Murder.
come work the World Series.
It was murder.
Only one was an accident.
So the other 2 you admit.
They don't. They needed it.
She's
they
tough,
deserved
okay?
it.
She's tough. Make sure you tip her. Otherwise, she'll go to jail for
otherwise-
5 years.
Daniel's a good tipper, so I let him live.
Okay, cool. All right, I only have like, how are you gonna fold after that? I have like nothing, whatever. Like 10 bigs or something like that. My man over there, 18 vodkas in, oh boy. Oh boy, I was in the blind, it was limp pot. Hopefully nobody has clubs. He doesn't
I
have
got
clubs.
one. Does that count?
I got 2.
Oh, well, damn.
Okay, any 2 clubs? Are queen 10 good too? Queen 10 or a club? That's a massive hand. There's a club. Ace, anybody? Make a full house? Okay, well that's gonna win somehow. 94.
Over on the turn.
Back in action, huh?
Over on the turn.
You thought it was over on the? Oh, they couldn't win? Well, that's good to know. See, you're paying attention. You're right. They were drawn dead. Thank you. Okay, we're back in action. We'll tell you how we got short on the break, but it was a couple hands. What did I do? Bluffed off 15 of that guy who's 18 vodkas in. Then I folded an okay hand to this guy. Trying to get a read.
That was a good fold.
I had queens. Queens I folded. Yeah, it was a tough call. I had the ace of spade too, so it was a problem. Which I'll explain on the break. Okay, still on bullet 2. All right. So my man and I over here, we're looking up the last hand, the queen 10, jack 3, and he's like, I think you're a favorite. You're like at least 50%, right? So we got to look it up. We got to look it up. This man knows his numbers. 2 guys, this is Omaha. 2 guys have the nuts. I don't. But I win 54% of the time and I tie 3% of the time because nobody had, you got no blockers, all that kind of stuff. So I was a big favorite. I played it great.
Turned him 2 guys to 0% 4 cards.
That's hard to do.
Very
right.
hard.
Kids all in 3 ways and on a turn they're dead.
Setup.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Back in action. All right, bullet number 2. I got 18-2. A couple hands I'll tell you about real quick. They're not crazy like hand breakdowns, whatever. Sort of touched on them. What's up, Josh? And what just happened? So what did I say? Bullet 2, whatever. The guy who just sat down, the vodkas, there was a hand earlier. I opened, guy flatted. He didn't look at his cards. He never touched them and he just repotted. If I would have, it got flatted, if I would have repotted there, I would have lost the bullet. I had ace, king, jack 6, and I didn't do it. Okay, so let's tell you briefly about these 2 hands. No big deal. There's not a lot to it, but, we're here to share. Okay, so far, we've not really been hitting a lot of flops, not a lot of good stuff going on, but 2 quick hands I'll tell you about. One, the big blind is 500, and I get the queen 7, 8, 9, double suited, under the gun 1. I make it 1300, and we go 6 ways to the flop. It goes call, call, call. Everybody calls, right? 6 ways. Now the flop is ace, king, king. I have nothing. Checked. I check. Check, check, check. Okay. Turns a 4. I think I turn clubs, but who cares? Not on this board. That's irrelevant. So now I decide to, well, who's most likely to have ace, ace, and ace, king? Me, right? So I don't have any blockers relevant to this, but I also feel like, okay, it's a really good spot for like me to represent the hand that I'm most likely to have because I was the pre-flop raiser. So I bet 3K. The next player over, which is the vodka guy, he flats. And I don't love the position he flats from, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, if he has a king or an ace, I can bomb him off on the river. River's a jack. I bet pot. He says, I call you. He had ace king. So, but really, in theory, like, he's not supposed to have a ton of ace king stuff, but I make, he can have some, but I'm fine with it, whatever. Next one was the cutoff, the Russian guy. Makes it 1500 at 3-6. I am on the button with ace, queen, queen, 8. I have the ace of spades naked. I make it 5400. He calls, I pot it. Now the flop's not great. It's king, deuce, 3, club, club with a spade. He checks. I like to check this one back. I could just bet here with the intention of like bet fold, but I also don't necessarily want to like bet fold and have him have like some sort of flush draw and a pair or something like that. I want to see one card first, see what it is. Turn is the king of spades. So now I have the ace of spades naked. Like I said, I have kings and queens. He bets 3K, very small. So I obviously just call. River is a 6, and he just puts me in for pot, 12, 13,000. So I think having the ace of spades, that sort of blocks some of the bluffs that might have checked flop and then picked up spades on the turn and went for it. But it seems like an okay fold. So yeah, not a lot going on yet. We still have 1 bullet left in the chamber. And what'd I say, 17K? So plenty of chips. We're going to be it's 17 bigs, actually. I don't know about plenty. Let's go. Let's get some pots going. All right, we had a situation. My man opened for pot.
I got one
vodka
question.
potted.
Can you rebuys or 2 rebuys?
2 rebuys is correct.
Ah, fine.
Okay, so I bought it from the button because I know there's stuff going on. He doesn't have the aces. He does? What are the odds that you, of all people, have aces? All right. I got, what do you got? Let's see your
I
hand.
got hearts.
You got to turn them up. What do we got?
I got
Oh
hearts.
my God,
I
3,
win.
3, 3. I can hit a oh, you have quads?
again.
That was stupid.
Aces and quads are the same
What
thing.
a joke.
What the hell? How do you have aces? You never have aces.
I'm allowed to get them every once in a while.
That's true. Okay, we're going on bullet 3. Me and you. All right, we had a limp pot. This guy potted. I'm in. Yeah, I'm in with you. You got the straight. You have the. Do you have a straight? No, he doesn't have a straight. Okay, I have 3 queens. You have a straight now. No? No, he doesn't. Well, you have a straight now. You have to have a straight now, right?
No, we don't have an 8.
I do.
Use your flush. Dave.
Okay. Oh, I have a flush. Okay. Thanks for reading my hands for me, Josh. What the hell? How could he not? I was like, bleh. Whatever. We win. Anyway, limped on the button after a limp. He potted. I'm not going to fold that hand. So here we go. Finally, above starting. All right, off we go to dinner break. We're sitting on 176,000. The average is about 110. So we finally, won a few pots on that bullet. I had a hand with like ace, king. Hey, Nicky Schulman. First year in like a decade I don't have you.
What do you mean, in the draft?
Yes, I always draft, but I knew this year. I knew they're like, oh, the story's out. They know about this guy.
I hope I can punish you for your doubt.
Yeah, I doubted you. Well, all right, good luck. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, we're doing good. I'm gonna pee, I'm gonna nap, all the things. Okay, so here we sit, definitely the worst table in the room. That's Roland, and he's all dressed up because his husband dressed him today for the whole series, right? That's the thing. We got this guy who didn't get drafted, which is insane. We got Joshua. We got Ant. We got a tough table. So I'm not going to call this an oopsie, but this was annoying. You can't call oopsies just because of the result. But there was a hand right now against Josh REA. It's a weird one where he led on it was like a 4-way flop. He led on 9-5-4 rainbow to get keep it at half to let Ant raise, and then he could re-raise whatever. But Ant folded, and I had Jack 10-7 double, 2 back doors. I call, Roland folds. Now the turn's an ace of diamonds, so I picked the flush draw, and he checks. I said, well, he's never check raising here. Jacks could be good. I could charge the straight draws. I also picked the diamonds. He's never check raising, so I bet small, and he check raised. So I had to fold. What's he got now? Looks like it's straight against 2 pair. Okay. 3 pair. Joshua does it again with another big hand. So yeah. Anyway, that's not how you gauge mistakes. I really think it's a very difficult spot for him to ever be check raising after. I guess he could have sets, but really to check is crazy. I don't know. Ace 9. It makes sense. We'll know tomorrow if it was an oopsie because you know how my brain works. So far, I'm going to say no. Little bit of a fun one right now against Kempton over here. Where, okay, so I raise the button for pot with ace 5, ace jack 5, 6, 3 spades in my hand. I make it 8,500 or 25 big, he calls. Flop is 9, 7, 6, 2 clubs. He checks, I check. Turns a king, he checks, I check. River's an ace, I make aces and sixes. Now he bets pot, 20,500. So, just from a theoretical perspective, if you're ever going to call, you want to call with hands that don't block clubs. I have a 5 in my hand, which helps because it blocks him 5-8. And again, not having a club, because like a lot of the hands that he could play this way could be hands that would like check raising me, could be draws, I don't know. But anyway, I called and he showed me a pair of deuces. So we won that one, sitting on about 150. 150, average is about 150. Okay, rebuys are over. Not that it mattered to us because we were already on our last bullet there. We're down to 60,000. Just lost kind of an annoying pot where I actually had way more outs than I even thought. It was against Ronald Kaiser, who's very, very good at this game. I think he's tier 1. So I do tiers in PLO. That's a tier 1 player on my left. And it was a hand where, make a long story short, on the turn I check called 2/3 pot with an open and straight draw, a pair, and a flush draw. And he only had top pair. So, like any 2 pair, any of the straight cards, any of the flush cards. I win a good one. I missed. Wasn't a river card. Whatever. The board was ace 4-5, limp pot. I bet small on the flop. He raised from the big. I call. Turns a 10. Brought my suit. Check call. River 10. It's not really a card I could fire at. But all right. So we got big blind's going to be 4,000, I think. Terrible table, as I said, but it's unreal, like actually, because when you look around, there's so many tables where I have no idea who anyone is, and literally everyone at my table is a professional poker player. So happens, you know, happens. Luck of the draw, as they say. Okay, so we go back, spin for the last 2 hours. Can't say I remember time. I'm happier that this gentleman's bringing racks so we can break this table. I can get rid of this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, it's hanging tough. Send me to a better table, okay?
All right, guys, racks are not mandatory. They are recommended. If you don't use a rack, don't take your chips out of sight. They will come out of play.
I think I'm good. Thanks. One hand.
I'm going to take out the gentleman.
Now he's just going to tell us where we're going. This is cool.
All right.
I'm going to sneak a peek, see what he's doing here on the pad. Yeah, there you go. So you're fixing this and that, then break the table, blah, blah, blah. Genius.
All right,
amazing.
Your
Technology.
seats are on your phone, guys. Good luck.
Seats are in your phone. Cool. Okay, so the situation we're in right now, dealer's just called last 5 hands. We're going to play one more over. I got 90,000. Oh. Get him. Get him. I got what I have, 90,000. So this is kind of worst case scenario in a lot of ways. Like I said, I don't want to be, we're near the bubble. There's 134 left. It pays 114. I'm on the short stack. The other added wrinkle, which is this, the 25K heads up starts tomorrow at the same time. So if you make it to day 2 in this, there's a potential you miss the money and still not get to play the 25K heads up. So, you know, with 90K, what was that, 15 bigs? I'm hoping to play a pot. Let's see. Okay, we're done. We did it. All right, we're in the bag. 89,000, which tomorrow will give us what is big blind? 8. Will give us 11 big blinds. And what is there? What did I say? It says about 125 left. It's gonna pay. It's gonna pay. Okay, follow me. Come on. Okay. Because I'm doing a vlog right now.
Okay.
You're interrupting, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
It's only once in a lifetime. I see
Okay.
you.
Well, let's take the picture. How about that?
Let's do it real
Oh
quick.
God, he didn't even have the camera ready. Come on, let's walk with me.
Yes. How's it going?
Good. Okay. There you go. Oh jeez. Okay.
Quick.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Good.
Okay. All right. I got to do this. Can I do this now?
sorry.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh man. Okay. 125 left. It pays 114. So we're whatever, a little out of money. I have 11 bigs. Here's the issue. Okay. And I just found out the ruling, and it seems fine. The 25K heads up tomorrow starts at the same time at noon. Now, what is the procedure if you show up late? Not bad at all. First 5 minutes, you get 5 minutes, and they take 1 set of blinds. After that, every 2 minutes, they take 1 set of blinds. That's nothing. They start really, really deep. So I think the play, considering my stack size, and again, we don't multi-table. We're not those kind of people. But this situation seems like one that's worth it, right? Because let's say, we get heads up, you win, you got a couple hours off, you can continue to play.
Oh, my Negreanu.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you and the fucking poker room.
Cool. Okay. See ya.
I never.
No, I'm doing a video. You can't tell, or you can't see. Oh yeah. You'll see it tomorrow. It's day 1, guys. Okay, I'm keeping a smile, right? See. All right. So what the hell was I saying? What was I saying? Okay. Yeah. So I think the play is, I'm already registered for the 25K to go ahead and potentially multi-table this unique situation. I think it's also going to start late because I think there might be some brouhaha with alternates and all that. So that's the play. We're gonna stay in it. Anyway, end of day 1 of play. We're through. We got a shot. Let's get it. See you tomorrow.